Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about my support system and network and how I really do believe, after 4 years of not really believing, that disability is cool. And I'm going to elaborate on that in this video. So let's go on with it. So I've recently come to a new city and everything is so overwhelming to me as a blind woman, and in another category, I guess, well, in the same category, a disabled woman. And I guess in my head I don't think about myself as a disabled woman in everyday life, but maybe when I step out the door I do, because as you guys know, I have mobility issues because of my blindness. And this has really made me think about my position in life and what I'm thinking about my disability and where I'm at with it, and just made me reassess my brain. And it's also made me come to a few conclusions about what I actually needed in the past that I have right now, that I didn't have in the past that I have right now. And that is a support network and friendships that actually really get me. And by that I mean I've got my best friend Fern, who is also blind. We talk to each other all of the time. It's the best friendship ever in the whole entire universe. And I also have my non-sighted friends, Jess, Connie, Beth, and all of my lovely friends back in Birmingham. Without them too, without that balance, I don't think I would be the same. And what I mean by that is just having one or the other, I think, is too much for me as a blind woman now. I need to have the perspective of talking to Fern about disabled issues and blindness chat, and also just general chat that me and Fern talk about. But also I need the balance of my old friends too, my past, the loves that I used to have, to keep in touch with myself, to really flourish as a human being, to have both of them. And now also I've come into contact with a few new people from the BBC and new employees that I really enjoy their company, and they all have different disabilities. I didn't think that this would give me so much comfort, but it really does. I love the fact that I can connect with other people that I haven't really thought about. You know, I've never really thought about other people's disabilities. I've never really thought about connecting with other people with different disabilities to me. And to be honest, somewhat I've been ignorant in other disabilities, because when you've had blindness and depression and everything like around that issue, you don't really want to think about anyone else or anyone else's life. But these three sort of sets of friends, if you like, have enabled me to have such a well-rounded opinion of myself that I've never had before. And it's so weird because I just feel so myself with each set of friends, like Fern, Jess, and then my lot back in Birmingham, and then now the BBC lot. I just feel so good about myself. And I wanted to come on here and tell you guys that I didn't used to want disabled friends. I didn't used to want to even think about my disability. And if I had someone at the other end of YouTube saying, look, you need that in your life, you need to go and find people that genuinely understand you and have been through it too in some shape or form. And I never thought that I would know the importance of that, and the fact that we have these funny stories and we joke about, you know, being disabled. And just, I wanted to tell you a funny story. I met these guys and we went to the pub for the first time recently, which I talked about on my live stream. If you want to watch that, link below. And I was guessing what they all look like, because I thought that would be quite a funny game. Me and Ollie always play it. And I guessed that my friend Alex always wore jumpers and he had a really smiley face, and everyone burst out laughing and they were like, "You're not blind, are you?" And I was like, ha ha ha. And it was just such a funny joke that I don't think I've ever had with anyone before. it was so refreshing just to take the mickey out of each other because we just get it. And I have that with Fern as well on so many levels. But I think then as well, reflecting on that, is if I just had that part of my life, I wouldn't have the perspective that my best friend Jess gives me, and Connie and Beth, and my friends back in Brum, Jack and Joe and JJ and Jake and Dave. Like, all of them give me such a well-rounded perspective of what we used to do at school and everything. So yeah, I'm babbling a bit, but what I wanted to say is just keep an open mind in the support that you have. I've obviously got a supportive family and a lovely boyfriend as well, and there's often times when people have said to me, oh you've got a boyfriend, like, is he blind too? And I get now sort of why people say that in a different way, like that gives me a different dimension to it, because you need people that do get you, but you don't necessarily need that in a romantic partner. Some people do, but I personally don't find that I need it, but I also do find that I need disabled friends, and I've never wanted to admit that before. I've never wanted to be in that disabled category with the fear that I might define myself as disabled, but actually disability is cool and being disabled is cool. You find that when you grow up and you have a job and you're with like-minded people, whether they are disabled or not, it's just so refreshing, and you feel so free and liberated. I feel one of the best I've ever felt, ever, and I wanted to tell you guys that you can feel like this too with the right people around you. Get on support networks, like, find people that are like-minded and have a disability, and chat to them, because my mum and my sister also found this, that when they went to a support group a couple of years ago with family members who have people, their loved ones have lost their sight also, my mum and my sister really did find that therapeutic, and there is part of that you need with a disability or with someone that you love. Yeah, it's really important. So stay strong. I know some of you have said that recently you've lost your sight, and I'm always thinking about you on the other end of the internet. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for now, guys, but always find support, and I hope you're doing okay. Don't forget to like if you want to, and subscribe if you want to too, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye!